the studies and some facts that the facts that we have actually very important to us. So of course, the number of COVID cases in Singapore are raised to 26,000. But do not worry if you are taking care of yourself wellly, and I believe everybody is in the circuit breaker quite well, taking care of yourself. Most importantly, consciously build out our immunity in terms of taking a good dietary fats, good dietary in terms of vegetables and fruits, and drink a lot of waters. Yeah, so we can see, although there is a lot of new cases and also hospitalized cases in the chart and all, but the recovered cases is also increasing. So this is a good sign, you see, and I believe Singapore, the Ministry of Health is doing a great job in terms of flattening the curve, yeah, the spreading curve to control the pandemic, yeah. So the next I will show this population chart where the population pyramids in Singapore. What I understand here is, wow, Singapore has a very productive populations. The mean age is 42. So it's the same age, almost same age as my age now. Yeah, so majority of population is between 20 to 70. So they are very efficient, performance based. So what I mean here is healthcare is utmost important for this kind of population pyramid. You can see from here, I believe Singapore government is focused on the healthcare, very highly focused on the healthcare, because Singapore healthcare has been very renowned. Is a top 10 healthcare system in the world. Yeah. So what we stress here is, even though with this, Singaporeans or even Malaysians will not run away from the death causes that is affecting the whole world. Yeah. So cardiovascular diseases is still number one. You can say cancer is number two. So what we understand here, this number one and number two have been there for the past 10 years. Respiratory diseases and lower respiratory infection is ranking number 3 and 4th. Dementia is number 5. So this world-threatening death causes is affecting every one of us. Every one of us in the world. And I believe after 2020, the respiratory cases, the diseases will increase, because after the coronavirus attack, the pandemic of coronavirus, so this respiratory and lower respiratory will climb up, overtake cancer. But we will not, we cannot take or deny that cardiovascular was still ranking number one. Now we're still ranking number one, and it's affecting every one of us. Yeah. So what I'm taking here is, now the next I can taking to you to the next controversial, yeah, because I've been in the 20 years in pharmaceuticals. I also sell statins drugs for 5 years. So then the anti-cholesterol agent for prevention, there is study showing that can anti-cholesterol agent taking for prevention, people are taking lower risk, cardiovascular risk people also taking anti-cholesterol drugs as a prevention. Can they? But a lot of healthcare professionals are objecting or combating this kind of claims. Statins have served no purpose in lowering cholesterol or reduce your mortality rate. The fatal rate also doesn't show. Next, I will let you see a lot of healthcare professionals, doctors or professors have objecting this kind of claim. So they don't want it taking as a prevention. Yeah, dietary changes and lifestyle changes should be the primary of changing of reversing the metabolic disorders. Yeah. So next, okay, you can see statins wars. Yeah. So Dr. Marianne Damassi and saying that, wow, a lot of people have been camouflaged by studies. Statins can reduce your cardiovascular risk by 40% or 36%. In actual facts, when we drill down into the clinical trials, can you see this is the most famous statins group, atorvastatins, compared to placebo, the fatal rate, you see, the circle fatal rates, 3% and 2%. So the mortality rates doesn't have a difference. It's just 1.1% less impressive. So why should I take anti-cholesterol drugs? This is a question to ponder. Why should we take anti-cholesterol drugs since the mortality rate doesn't have a much different compared to those who don't take it? Because placebo mean here is those who didn't take the drugs lah. Yeah. Those who take drugs and those who didn't take the drugs, same mortality rate, almost the same. Different is just 1.1. So why should we take anti-cholesterol drugs? So the next will be, let's see the plant-based diet. Okay, in 2017, yeah, we have this cardiometabolic diseases, the plant-based diets published in 2017 in PubMed, and showing that a plant-based diet may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease event by estimated 40%, and the risk of cerebral vascular disease event by 29%. With diets alone, you already can reduce the risk of developing metabolic syndrome and type 2 diabetes. So, properly planned vegetarian or healthy vegetarian diets come with your lifestyle changes, you can already achieve an optimal result and reverse. What they say here is reverse the metabolic disorders. It's proved to reverse the arteriosclerosis. So the next diet, what do you say? Dietary approach in optimal health. Okay, we have Mediterranean diet, everyone know of it. And from the extension of Mediterranean diet, there is a Lyon diet heart studies, okay, demonstrate rich in alpha-linolenic acid was more effective in secondary prevention of cardiovascular coronary events. So this group of people is an extension of Mediterranean diet study. So 605 of them, okay, they're separate to two groups. One is low carb diet, one is with this Lyon diet. How they take the diet? They still follow the food pyramid. 30% of the calories, you remember our food pyramids, right? Later I will show to you food pyramids. 30% of the total calorie intake should be coming from the fats, right? So the 30% of the fats, they specifically insist 8% come from saturated fat, 13% come from monounsaturated fat, 5% come from polyunsaturated fat, and they take cholesterol daily. So after 48 months, this diet group have 50 to 70 lower risk of mortality in heart disease compared to those in low fat diet. I mean, they have a very minimum fat diet in theirs. So compared to those. So with this diet alone, we can already see the benefits of good fats in our diet. Yeah. So, and the other point I want to stress here is 48 months. So it's not a 1 or 2 day kind of thing, because even the drugs will not have this kind of effect, giving you an effect that after 2 days, your cholesterol is going to be normal forever, or your metabolic disorder will go away. So no drugs can guarantee that. So for food, if I'm using food to prevent or reverse your metabolic disorder, 48 months means 4 years. 4 years, long-term dietary lifestyle changes help to reduce the risk of mortality. If you can reduce the mortality of heart disease and without taking any drugs, You don't suffer from any side effects of the drugs. You don't have a muscle ache forever. You don't have brain fog, on and off of brain fog, and you do not suffer from dementia. So cholesterol, I'm here later on. I will also stressing on the cholesterol because cholesterol is very important in our body. It's a part of the lipid profile. It's part of the lipid profile. Is having the very functional is a very functional molecules that help our body to digest the fat, synthesize the fat, and metabolize the fats. Yeah. So this claim actually is coming from Preventive Cardiology, a companion to Bronwur's heart disease. So it's a book from Roger Blumenthal. Yeah. So this book actually claiming that. The next, so I'm showing you that optimum. Last time when we studied nutrition, nutrition is to obtain the food necessary to health and growth, using nutrition to keep you alive and functioning. No, now the paradigm has shifted. We have changed to optimum nutrition, eating the right amount of nutrients in a proper is in a proper way and scheduled time or scheduled timetable to achieve the best performance and lifetimes beneficial to health. So you are using nutrition to maximize your health and happiness and well-being. So people are using this, plenty of studies, diets, is just by changing the macronutrients in your diets, you can get an optimum health. Of course, lifestyle changes is still very important. Where coming, you need to still exercise, you need to still get in touch of a lot of positive mind, just get yourself stable, stress-free, or manage the stress effectively. This is still the lifestyle management that you need to obtain. Then, why I'm stressing the above? Because coronavascular disease, coronary heart disease, is affecting the younger generation. Younger generation is as young as 30-year-old, male or female. So the child of ours are affecting with this because of the diet. So I'm showing here is, of course, sorry about there are some Chinese word here, but I can explain. So this is the artery, yeah. So from here, what does this image actually show us? Our circular system, the blood circular system is very fantastic. It's fantastic because we can prevent our plaque, the plaque formation. We can prevent the plaque formation for almost 30 years ahead. Yeah, you see the plaque formation starting from 10 years old, 20 years old. By the time your MRI, the CT scan, your MRI can scan the plaque, or your angiogram can scan the plaque, it's by already 30 years old. If you still not controlling your diet or lifestyles, by 40 years old, oh, the cardiologist will tell you, hey, you have 50% clog in your artery or your peripheral artery here and there. So our circular system actually prevents from forming the plaque. They themselves can prevent from it. So how we help our body to prevent from forming plaque or reverse the plaque formation? By changing our diet and lifestyles, by choosing the right macronutrients, by choosing the right quantity, the correct, the good quality of macronutrients. So atherosclerosis is not just because of the cholesterol. I'm here stressing again, it's not because of the cholesterol, and it's because of the inflammation, oxidation, and the injuries at the blood vessels, and the cholesterol qualities, and the blood qualities. Sometimes diabetes is one of the factors that contribute the most to atherosclerosis. Yeah. So in the past, we always focus on LDL. Oh, your LDL is high, quickly alarming. Everybody ring the alarm bell and I'll need to take anti-cholesterol drugs. And from here, you can see, this is the journal of European Heart Journals, 2014. You can see those who have super high arteriosclerosis or calcification of their artery, right? Their cholesterol actually is not high. It doesn't spike out. Their cholesterol is still normal. And I would like to tell you the fact is, cholesterol is doing their job. Cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, is to bring our fats, our blood lipids to be absorbed into our body. So LDL cholesterol is just a career man. Yeah, it's just a career man doing their job. If you have high fat food, high carbohydrate diet, then LDL have to come out. Your liver have to produce LDL to come out and pick up all the triglyceride, all the blood lipids in your blood to be absorbed into the cell. Yeah, so he's just doing the job. So don't afraid. It's not that the lowest LDL you are, the healthier you are. No. So more and more studies showing that LDL is not just the contribution to cardiovascular events like stroke, ischemic heart attack. No. This is one of the factors. Blood pressure and diabetes and also triglyceride is one of the factors that contributing to arteriosclerosis, and CAC means calcification. Calcification means inflammation happen. So how does this inflammation happen? When your blood is filling with blood sugars, blood pressure also uncontrollable, then it happened, the strokes, arteriosclerosis. So oxidation and inflammation is the cause of all for CVD and CHD, coronary heart disease and coronary vascular disease. Yeah. So here, I will tell you that International Journal of Cardiology, they themselves already rectify that. Hypertensive, especially high blood pressure, especially diastolic, as well as your insulin, play a very big role in terms of arteriosclerosis, contributing to arteriosclerosis. So if you don't want the plaque to form so fast, then you need to control your blood pressure, you need to control the triglyceride, you need to control the oxidation and inflammation into body, especially take care of your blood sugars. Yeah, the higher blood sugar that you have, or blood sugar that you have in your body, it proves to increase the inflammation incidence. Yeah. So this is come the ahead of the curve, Dr. Joseph McCullough, is saying that the higher cholesterol you have associate with the longer life you have. So this is why I need to tell you, cholesterol is playing a very good bigger part in your life, because cholesterol is a hormone production. It produces your estrogen, your progesterone, your aldosterone, your cortisol. And it's also vitamin production. Vitamin D is very important now. For those who are now in the circuit breaker, I would really encourage you all to have a 10 minutes to 15 minutes of exposure to sunlight, because vitamin D, activated vitamin D only through exposure to sunlight and taking good dietary fats. Yeah, bowel production, cholesterol is good in bowel production and cell membrane support. So cholesterol very effective in terms of maintaining the membrane structure integrity and fluidity. So you are what you eat. Because why I show this? Because 30% of the dietary is coming from fats, right? So membranes is a hallmark of the organism. So the skin you have now, the outward physical complexion that you have now is what our lifestyles on our eating habits that we always taking in is what forming the physical that we have now. So the health status that you're having now also contributing by your lifestyles and your eating habit. So membranes is very important because why? Cell membranes is part of the immunity. Yeah, beside your respiratory system, your cell membranes is part of your immunity to shun away from the virus and bacterial intrusion. So if you have uninflamed cell membranes, you will prevent from the bacteria or viruses intrude into our body freely. So take care of your cell membrane, build out a very strong wall is main function or main important thing for us to prevent from getting infectious disease and also getting weak. Yeah, so that's the next thing. So 6 basic nutrients. So everybody will know that, oh, okay, this is the 6 basic nutrients. Just now what I show, the diets, right? The diet studies, the Lyon diet study and Mediterranean studies, just by changing the macronutrients, this is the macronutrients that we show you, proteins, carbohydrate, and lipids. And carbohydrate, of course, consists of fibers, minerals, and vitamins. And these 3 macronutrients, if you change the quality and quantity of the macronutrients, you can get a optimal health benefits from it. So there's a studies, 4-year studies have shown you that diet rich in alpha-linolenic acids and 30% of good fats, almost 20% of unsaturated fats in your diet will prevent you from coronary diseases. So here, I again re-emphasizing good fats will develop good cholesterol, good cell membranes. Yeah, so that is why a lot of studies has been showing that why body fat is so important to us. We have 3 types of body fats inside our body. I believe everyone know triglyceride is the lipids in our blood. Phospholipids is the fats that form our cell membranes, and cholesterol. Yeah, cholesterol form the hormones, vitamin D, and we have LDL cholesterol and HDL cholesterol, so lipoprotein. HDL actually is very effective in metabolize the LDL. So that's why changing the lifestyle by increasing your physical activities is very important to increase HDL. And consuming good fats, especially unsaturated fat, polyunsaturated fat, will increase the HDL in our body. Yeah. So here I will say here, you see the length and saturation of the fatty acid from phospholipid and triglyceride affect the quality of the membrane. Yeah. The shorter the chain fatty acid and unsaturated fatty acids will making the membranes more flexible. You want a more permeable membranes and elastic membranes and can last you forever, yeah, from any emotion, any blood pressure. So it's better to take a unsaturated fat. It's better to take up unsaturated fat, follow the diets that I showed just now, especially the plant-based diet. So it's very important, the type of fatty acid that just now I show you. Yeah, our fatty acids divides by 2, saturated and unsaturated. So saturated is also important to us, but our body can produce saturated fats. Yeah, like the blue color box saturated fat, like your lard, like your ghee, coconut oil, your palm oil. Yeah, so it's already part of the diet, and most of us are consuming high saturated fat. Unsaturated fat is comprised of 2. One is polyunsaturated, one is monounsaturated. And polyunsaturated fat has been proven to improve the cardiovascular disease and also the blood circulations systems quite exponentially. So omega-3, omega-6, DHA, and EPA, ALA have proven to improve our body from getting getting in the coronary heart disease or even metabolic disorders. Yeah. So these fats, I believe it's very common to all of us, and it's easily available everywhere. And one of the things that we need to take care of is the hydrogenated oils and the trans fats that hidden in the food. So this hydrogenated oils and trans fat, artificial trans fats, has been proven to increase the bad cholesterol and increase the risk of heart disease. Yeah, I'm not saying the cholesterol is good or not good. It's just that once you purposely, because of your diet, you purposely increase the bad cholesterol in your diet, or by increasing the triglyceride, the risk of having heart disease or narrowing of your coronary blood vessels is even higher. Yeah. So saturated fat, yeah, just now I already explained to you, unsaturated fat like incha oil. Incha oil has very good quality of polyunsaturated fat. Omega-3, 6, 9, almost 93% of the seed actually comprise of polyunsaturated fats. So that's why I would say here is, if you are consuming bad fats in our diet, you will have a very fragile membranes, and the contribution to arteriosclerosis or causes arteriosclerosis will be quite high. Yeah, so that is why if you want to have a healthy body, yeah, optimal well-being, it's better to consume omega-3 and 6 polyunsaturated fats rather than taking anti-cholesterol drugs as your prevention. What I mean is prevention or maintaining good health. But if you already you are suffering from stroke, yeah, you already is hypercholesterol patients, and then you can't avoid from taking cholesterol drugs because you are very quite high risk, especially diabetic patient. But yet, if you want to reverse this kind of condition, there's a lot of studies have proven that changing of your lifestyles and diet by applying the Leon diet, just now Mediterranean diet, strictly for 4 years, you can see a tremendous improvement in terms of your parameters, the metabolic parameters. Yeah, so it's already have studies showing that. It's just that how disciplined are you? Yeah, how diligently going through this kind of diets? Yeah, so unsaturated fatty acids, omega-3, 6, 9, is a very important, why is it going back? So omega-3 keeps our human cell. There's plenty of studies showing that omega-3s keeps the human cell healthy. Yeah, just now as I showed you, the shorter fatty acids and also polyunsaturated fats, ALA, DHA, and EPA, have been proven to improve the permeability and the flexibility of the membranes. So these, we do have the studies to show that, as well as if you have a good fat in your body will have the raw materials to build up cholesterol. 70% of your cholesterol actually made up by your body. 30% is coming from a diet. So the hypercholesterolemia is not because of the diet. It's just because your body needs cholesterol to metabolize the lipids that you have in your body. Yeah, so this is just the fact. So cholesterol is not one of the factors contributing to heart disease, contributing to your vascular disease. Yeah, because heart disease, although it's number one, cardio heart disease, although it's number one, stroke in Malaysia is also a top 10. So if the blockage at the brain, it will cause stroke. So if the blockage at the aorta or the main blood vessels, it will near the heart, it will be called ischemic heart disease or heart failure. And if the blockage is in your limbs, yeah, the limbs of your peripherals, you call peripheral artery disease. It's the same treatment when you go to hospitals. If there is a blockage at your limb and causing the blood clot, blood circulation, blood supply to your limbs, then the same procedure where stents and also the angioplasty will happen. Yeah. So the next thing is, now we also heard of colon attack. That means the clot is happening at the colon vessels, the blood vessel at the colon. So it's jamming the blood supply to the colon. So the plaque can be everywhere. So very important, the factors just now I have shown you. Okay, I have repeated many times, not only the LDL cholesterol, not only the oil that you take. Good oil, in fact, can melt the bad oils. But just that if your dietary and lifestyle doesn't change, especially oxidation can happen when you are stressed, when you exposed to you can't sleep, yeah, you are not sleeping well, and then you don't exercise, as well as exposed to a lot of chemicals and all, is also the oxidation stress and inflammation in your body. And then we found that a lot of inflammation can be happening where especially to the diabetic patient. Diabetic patient, regardless you are type 1 or type 2, you tend to have more inflammation compared to a normal healthy subjects. So to prevent from coronary vascular disease, not only the heart disease, we encourage you to take care of these three factors. Yeah, especially control your blood sugars. And even though when you check at the middle, you're checking when you have a blood test in hospital and showing that, hey, your HbA1c is normal, or your blood sugar is normal, not your HbA1c is normal. Your blood sugar is normal doesn't mean that you are not diabetic. If you like a sweet, you are having a sweet tooth and you like sweeteners, you on and off go and have bubble teas, coffee with cream, yeah, high sugars, you are consistently spiking up the blood sugars in your body, and your insulin is relentlessly have to come out and work. So it also contributing to this metabolic disorder. So the more sugars you feed your body, the cell membranes is going to deteriorate. This is a fact. Yeah. So unsaturated fatty acids have been proven to reduce the amount of LDL and increase the HDL. But HDL, they apply beside of dietary, your exercise or physical activity is also play a very important role or in terms of increasing the HDL. So high density of lipoprotein have to come from physical activities, less stress, and also good dietary fats. Yeah. So with this, with the omega-3 prevents, it's already proven that they have this anti-thrombotic effects. Yeah, thrombotic effects. So it's better. It's also if you according to this Biomed Research Internationally, according to this Biomed Research International, the increase of ALA consumption have markedly increased the membrane fluidity, yeah, fluidity and efficiency of forming lipid raft. So the stronger lipid raft that you have, the stronger membrane against the foreigners like virus and bacteria. So it has a very good this antivirals effects if you taking a good fats. So that is why this study is coming out that lipidation increase the antiviral activities in your membranes, because you know that coronavirus actually like to attach the spike actually like to attach to your ACE2, ACE, right? The angiotensin 2. inhibitor, angiotensin inhibitor. So by lipidize, yeah, forming a strong membranes with good dietary fats, you can have quite a substantial of antiviral activities in the membrane, happen in the membranes. It's also indirectly helping you to combat the virus attack. Yeah, this is the latest studies that shown. So don't quote me. Is studies have shown, then I just elaborate as is it, and we found that yes. So with this, I hereby to encourage you to consume more polyunsaturated fat and monounsaturated fat, especially omega-3, 3 and 6. The ratio have to be a golden ratio 1:1, where omega-3 and omega-6 have to almost be 1:1, because we know that omega-3 have this anti-inflammatory effects, and the omega-6 have the inflammation effects. So these two take two to claps together. Yeah. So you see from this table, it's very generous of In Chow Wei to show this chart to everybody, the table to everybody. Sacha inchi oil is a very concentrate polyunsaturated fat, where omega-3 is almost 45% and omega-6 38%. The ratio is almost 1:1, almost 1:1. Yeah, and the rest like canola oil, canola, sorry, Corona. We are always compared by the Corona ones. Canola oil, coconut oil, the corn oils, all these are cooked. Yeah, the melting point is quite high, so it's meant for cooking. Yeah, so can't compare to sacha inchi, because sacha inchi oil cannot be cooked. Yeah, it's not meant for cooking. It's meant to consume directly. Yeah, so olive oil, palm oil, the sunflower oils have very high omega-6. Yeah, flaxseed is so high in omega-3, and it can be consumed. Yeah, sorry, I suddenly out of this. Can you still see?
Yep,
Yeah, yeah, okay. So you see, canola or flaxseed, very high in omega-3. Yeah, also cannot, it's not recommended for cooking, but very low in 6. We can't taking a imbalance ratio of 3 and 6, because we know that every intake of omega-3 and 6 is better to, if you want to have a uh, to contribute to a good optimal health, the ratio have to be 1:1 or 1:4 the max. That means 1:4, yes. 1 ratio of omega-3 to 4 ratio of omega-6, that's the most. But currently our diet in Asia mostly is 1:16. So it's better to take in, if you know the effect or the beneficial of taking polyunsaturated is so much important. From now on, choosing a right cooking oil, and also choosing a right diets, shun away from all the unprocessed, the processed refined sugars is utmost important, as well as the trans fats, hydrogenated fats. That is utmost important. So prevent from coronary heart disease. Yeah. So the highest food content of omega-3, yeah, our incha oil actually is alpha linolenic acids. Yeah, it's a form of alpha linolenic acid, and 93, almost 93%, yeah, incha oil is comprised of polyunsaturated, and the ratio is 1:1. Yeah, so let's we go into this. Why today I'm talking about plant-based diet, talking about good fats, because In Chow Wei is a company that advocates the concept of green diets. Yeah, they believe functional food, especially the greens, can regulate and promote health. So that is why the products that they have or they are promoting is filled with functional benefits. Functional benefits like omega-3, 6, 9, like rice brands oil, germs oil, yeah. So we do have phytosterol that we need, yeah. So this is the importance of dietary fats that we need, especially in the trending now, yeah, in the trending now. So we have a lot of products here. Of course, today I'm stressing on incha oil. Yeah, I'm stressing on incha oil. And of course, we do have balance and rich, which is the purple rice oils and rice bran and germs oil, which give very high ORAC, yeah, antioxidants to the body, yeah, and also phytosterol can reduce the control the cholesterol effectively, yeah. So from here, what we emphasize, just now what we talked about is sacha inchi, right? Sacha inchi oil. It's coming from American Amazon River. It's coming from there, but 2,500 years ago. So now, incha we have a 2,000 kind hectares of 2,000 hectares of a land in Laos and planting this seed, this Shasha inchi, and to process, process it, and to be benefit the population in Asia, Asia Pac here. So for Sacha inchi, you can see here is 95, 92, 93% of the oil of this oil actually comprised of 369, and 9% is coming from the vitamin E. So it's very high vitamin E as well. So you can see almost 80% is polyunsaturated. Omega-9, our body can produce our body can produce by ourselves, yeah. But omega-3 and 6 we can't make it. So we can't make it. We have to take from food. So how to take from food? You can't cook the polyunsaturated. It's better not to cook because easily it's not stable and easily uh, uh, oxidize. So it's better to take raw. Yeah. So omega-3 function here, I'm again stressing, improve the hypertension, enhance the immune system, and prevention of diabetes. This is what we have been showing just now, yeah, because the Leon diets and also Mediterranean diets have been proven to reduce the parameters, the parameters of coronary heart disease, yeah, and cancer prevention of this. This also, if your cell membranes it's flexible and you do have a good cholesterol forming the membranes, of course your communication, the signaling communication within the membranes, it will be function very well. Yeah, because cholesterol, it's meant to function to give signals to the membranes, whether they to absorb nutrients, to uh, to let any foreigners come in, like virus or bacteria, or shun away from virus or bacteria. The membrane play a very vital role. So that is why taking up a good fats, it's very important now, especially now the pandemic of COVID-19. Yeah. So recommendation daily intake is around you can see from children 2 years old and above, 3 grams a day. Yeah, 2 years old, 3 grams per day. So if you to translate to ml, yeah, because such a inchi oil come in very convenient pack. Ml, 3 ml a pack. We have sachet form and also bottle form. Yeah, so for 2 to 5 years old, you can take 1 ml a day. 6 years old to and onwards, we recommend half packets, yeah, half packets. But if the children actually quite big size, yeah, because nowadays children's are some of the children are quite overweight, so they are weighing more than 45 kg at 6 or 11 years old. We recommend 3 ml also, yeah, 3 ml is by the kg calculation by the weight. And 80 years old and above, we encourage a pack, that's mean 3 ml per day. So for those who are suffering physical discomfort, it's better to reduce down the dosage a bit. If you have if you also, for those who already suffer from metabolic disorders like hyperlipidemia, hypercholesterol, and diabetes, yeah, and also high triglyceride, we recommend, I believe you are also taking, for those members who are taking, who have this metabolic disorder, they also taking medicine. So we encourage you to take half an hour after taking your sacha inchi oil. So it's best to take together, sacha inchi oil is best to take together with food. Yeah, besides together with food. But of course, it's a functional food. You can take before food or after food. It depends on your condition, your physical condition. Some of the people have this stomach discomfort, have this bloated stomachs, and also constipation. Then we encourage you to take just after your meal. Yeah, with your meal or just after your meal, right away after your meal. And if you do not have any stomach discomforts or gastric, then you take before food. It's just nice. But why I strongly encourage to take with food, especially you have high fat food, you take such as enjoy with you, because there is a lab study showing that especially especially humans with a subject with metabolic disorders, hyperlipidemia, hyperpressure, and all this, it's proven that if such a inchi oil taking with high fat food, they within the 4 hours, the total cholesterol and triglyceride actually doesn't really spike up. In fact, there is a reduction of the triglyceride level in the blood. So this within the 4 hours. So that is why it's encouraged to take with food. Yeah. So it's better to control the triglyceride level in your body. Yeah, it's proven to control. Yeah, especially when you take high fat food. Yeah, and then for those who just suffer, I mean just suffer from stroke, just for less than 3 months, doctors will prescribe coagulant agent, anticoagulant agent like warfarin, aspirin, antithrombotic agent to you. So I advise not to take such as oil every day. Just take alternate day or 3 days, one pack. So every 3 days, one pack. So for the first 2 weeks, because you are taking antithrombotic agent with you. Yeah, you are taking the anticoagulant drugs with you. So it's better to take alternate or 3 days every one pack, 3 days, 3 ml. Yeah, every 3 days, 3 ml. So, but after, if you are back to normal diet, a stroke patient back to normal diet after 3 months to 4 months, if you are back to your dietary lifestyles, you can eat a normal food and also eat a normal food and especially high fat food. We recommend that you take sacha inchi oil together because it's proven to reduce inflammation and also is a blood scavenger. So it's very important for those metabolic disorder patients or those who suffer from hyperlipidemia, high triglyceride, hypercholesterol, and also stroke patient or even those patients with heart attacks, those who already passed secondary the coronary heart disease, they have coronary heart disease, it's better to consume omega-3 in their diet. Yeah, and we also have diet. I have already shown you earlier the Leon diet. Yeah, for heart actually have proven to reduce the parameters of metabolic disorder, especially the cholesterol, and reduce the mortality rate as well. So consuming a good fat is very important. Yeah, for metabolic syndrome patient. So how to take it? Very easy. You can take it directly. You can mix it with your salads or even oats. Yeah, mix it with any food that is not hot or yeah, it's not hot and you can't cook. Yeah, so it's better to take it with just normal warm water. Cold drinks also should be fine. So for those who are allergy to this peanuts, you may have a discomfort when coming to taking sacha inchi oil. So if you are having this discomfort, we advise you to cut down the dosage from 1 pack to half a pack to see whether the adverse events is still there. Like if you are facing diarrhea, itchiness, rashes after taking sacha inchi oil, then you can reduce the dosage. Yeah. So Incha oil have mixed 16 standards. 16 standards, very rich in omega-3, high unsaturated fat, almost 93%, and is because we are cultivating the or planting the sacha. Incha way is planting the sacha inchi oil themselves. They have their plantations in Laos. So they are using original ecology's cultivation system, and is of course GMO free, fertilizer free, pesticide free, of course. And there are a lot of GMP certification. So one thing I want to stress here is the low acid value. Low acid value is not every oil in the industry can maintain. Yeah. So Incha oil, Incha way have been given the granted that the acid value of the oil is very low, means it's very fresh. It can be consumed directly. Yeah, it's very fresh. So it's good to our health. Yeah, very fresh, cold press. Yeah, so it's the advanced virgin cold press technology. So for those who it can be taken by the vegetarians, even our Muslim friends also can be taken because we have halal cert. Yeah, and we have 10 million product liability insurance. So why should you worry? Yeah, pure natural vegetarians, trans fat free, and also rich in vitamin E. So this is the 16 standards that Inchaway company Inchaway are granted to you and proven that these oils can be consumed. Yeah, can be added uh, uh, to your diet, and it's part of the macronutrients. Yeah, it's part of the macronutrients. So this is the Malaysian diets that we encourage, but of course there is a lot of plate. Yeah, Malaysian calling Malaysian healthy plate, but also a plate because a healthy plates. What we call healthy plate here is to control people from eating more. Malaysian have been ranking number 1 in Asia pack, yeah, in terms of obesity. So encouraging people to take low carbohydrate or restrict the carbohydrate intake is very important because especially the rice noodles bread, the high sugars, because sugars and diabetes have been also affecting Malaysian as well. So I don't know Singapore how's the diabetes mellitus status, but I believe we already know cardiovascular is the number 1 uh, death causes of Singaporean. Yeah, so it's better to cut down the carbohydrate intake and choose good oil, especially polyunsaturated oil. And then you see half of your plate should be fruits and vegetables. And please avoid high fructose or high GI fruits and choose those fruits that is low GI. If you are diabetics, yeah, choose more vegetables, preferably half of your plate. Your protein should be half of your palm. Yeah, choosing a good protein is very important because it's good as acid amino is the form, these are raw materials to our lymphocyte, the immune system, raw material to our immune system cell. So our white blood cell is all formed out by these good proteins. So if you are not taking, or you are day in and day out are taking very monotonous kind of diet or same diet, I always eat chicken, I always eat fish only, then it's better if you want to take a very comprehensive diet. We suggest Cellpro. Cellpro have a very comprehensive dietary no, so that's the vitamins and proteins. They have 18 acid aminos in the packets, just one packet, and very low GI. Yeah, very low GI, and go for diabetic patient. And also it's better to take with especially if you are having a spiking or your blood sugar is not controlled. It's better to take Cellpro together, because Cellpro have the ingredients that can control your blood sugar level not to spike up uh, so sporadically. Yeah. So if we have chance, we will talk more about Cellpro. But if your diet, you are workaholics, or you are white collar groups, hardly cooking it at home, and then you want a comprehensive supplements in terms of your antioxidants and proteins, as well as the uh, minerals, vitamins, you can take Cellpro. Cellpro a day already provides you sufficient of almost more than 50 kind of 50 kind of nutrients in your for your body. Yeah. So this is what we call Cellpro. Yeah, a 5G 5G uh, uh, what you call 5G functional food. Okay, supplement food. I'll call it supplement. Yeah, to your diet, can be a supplement to your diet, and we advise you to take it in the morning, because breakfast is the most important to uh, our daily total energy expenditure. Yeah. So this is what I can show you from Cellpro. 11 phytochemicals, 10 free radical scavengers, antioxidants they have, 18 acid amino, 8 out of 18, 8 is the essential acid amino that we need in the body that we can't produce. So 21 vitamins and minerals that we need. So almost nearly 50 minerals that can supply to our body. Yeah. So Inja oil, having the safe and efficacy, effective certification, yeah, SGS from SGS, and so lastly, before I end the talk, that's the last piece of the wise dietary intake proportion. We need to reduce the processed and refined carbohydrates, especially the foods high in fructose, fried food, alcohol, and sweeteners. Yeah, this important. This is very important, because it's affecting our everyday our lifestyles. Because when you walk out from your house, you can see almost this every almost every row of the shops will have fast food. Yeah, have these bubble teas and all sweeteners and all these things easily, the fried foods easily available everywhere. So you need to consciously taking the process, not taking the processed and refined carbohydrates. Take high dietary fibers, vitamins and minerals, and consume good fats. Yeah, the good fats include of mainly polyunsaturated fat and omega-3, 6, 7, 9. Yeah, this is the good fat that we need to take in, and take plenty of water. What I mean here is warm water, plain water, yeah, which is good for hydration, yeah, replenishment of the body. Yeah. So with that, I will end my session, and now I would open up for Q&A, for the floor to throw your questions.
Yeah. Thanks, Miss Heidi. Thanks for all the explanation. So now it's Q&A, right? So everyone, you can just write down your question, or if you have any question, you can just raise your hand, or you just type in at the chat. Then we can take out one by one, and then we can discuss on it. Let me see. Is there any questions? You can just raise your hand, then I can unmute you.
So any question or?
Yeah, yeah, there's one. Can you see at the chat?
Brown rice and whole grain bread are good carbohydrates. Should we also cut down on this? Yeah, we encourage whole grain carbohydrates. Yeah, that is very good. But what if you according to the Leon diets for hearts, if you are suffering from heart disease, then the percentage of carbohydrates, the refined carbohydrates, have to cut down. This is the advice. So they are not cutting down any whole grain carbohydrates. Yeah, you still can take legumes, whole grain carbohydrates. Just continue taking it, which is good. But just that the percentage of taking, we now emphasize on the percentage because as I show you just now, if you have seen the Leon diets, especially for coronary heart disease, 30% of the oil that they take, the dietary fat they take, 20% actually is from polyunsaturated. Yeah, so carbohydrate they still maintain at 40 to 50%. So it's better to take from whole grain. Yeah, you are right. So we are encouraging to take from you from the, but there is more focusing on the percentage. Yeah. So I hope I understand your question, Maggie. Then the next will be Sharon. My skin flare-ups very easily and very itchy. It had been taking 4 packs of incha oil. Could I be allergic to the oil? You mean Sharon, you are taking 4 packs a day, 4 sachet of incha oil, 3 ml a day, means 12 ml.
Yes, she said yes.
Yeah, okay. So if you are having itchiness, it's not that okay, if you have a itchiness and flare-ups, it's better to cut down the incha oil. Okay, it doesn't mean that you are allergic to sacha inchi, but just that high dose of sacha inchi may have some discomfort effects if you take right away very high dosage. So it's better to increase gradually, not to take it by suddenly take it 4 packs. So may I know what's the purpose of you taking 4 packs a day? Oh, while waiting for Sharon to answer, I will answer Peg Hong. Yeah, Peg Hong's question. My friend is taking medicine that thinner the blood thinner agent, but taking intra oil every day, he is fine. Yeah, it depends on individual. Yeah, so individual, as I said, for those who are taking the blood thinning agent, some of the thinning agents, the dosage is quite high, especially for those who just suffer from strokes. Yeah, hospitals or doctors are prescribing very high dosage of anticoagulant drugs. So it's better to control the sacha inchi intake, because it also will affect because sacha inchi oil have 48% of omega 3, and omega 3 is also having anti-thrombotic effects in the blood vessels. So we encourage you, uh, if he's taking uh, every day and doesn't have any side effect of blood thinning agent, then it's fine. It's fine. So just continue. Because for those who are already used to the coagulant agents and they are going for normal dietary lifestyle like high fat food, they already taking normal dietary lifestyle like diet, then they can take sacha inchi oil. Yeah. So if they do not have anything, they should consume polyunsaturated fat daily. So Sharon, thanks for your answer. Yeah, my advice is to gradually increase. But if you have this itchiness when you reach 4 packs, then that means your body can only tolerate up to 3. That means 12 ml a day. So it's okay. You just maintain a 12 ml every meal. Yeah, I mean, sorry. So 9 ml a day. So close to 10 ml. So it's better to take it with food. So every day taking 3 packs a day is just fine to you and no problem. Yeah. So no need to just stick to 4 ml. Yeah. So regarding cell phone, may I know glutathione, arginine, or nicotine, where are they extract from? These questions I will get back to you later. Yeah, so glutathione actually is from the acid amino uh, that we have. So I will get back to you on this, Jadine. Is it advisable for patient to stop statin medication for HDL and triglyceride cholesterol medication after years of taking it? 20 mg statin. Okay, this is a $1 million questions, yeah, Maggie. A good questions here. All right, so I'm showing you here earlier, cholesterol drugs, they have the purpose. If the patients are not controlling the blood cholesterol or their inflammation and the thrombotic effects, the plaques in their bodies are not controlling by diet and their lifestyle changes, they must take anti-cholesterol drugs. That is inevitable. Yeah. So, but for those, the studies I shows the studies, the professor also suffer from coronary heart disease, and they are very disciplined and very precise in choosing the right fats, the right diets, and also very specifically, even saturated fat also they have to control. Saturated fat not more than 8%, and the polyunsaturated fat must be 20%. Yeah, but out of the 30% of fat, 20% is a polyunsaturated fat and must take from the whole food. I mean the whole food. So it's better from the studies here, they are reversing the cholesterol, the metabolic disorder by reversing the plaque, reversing the formation of a plaque. This is proven in the studies. All right. But to encourage people to drop their cholesterol medication, I would say question here, because the lifestyles and dietary and the condition of the people have to be strictly changed. Yeah, strictly changed is by the consent of the doctors and the patients, as well as the patient itself have to diligently go on a strict diet. We can't advise people to just simply drop down the anti-cholesterol drugs if the patient is just and not changing their lifestyle and not changing their dietary. Yeah. So the point here is not dropping the anti-cholesterol, not to advise everybody to drop the anti-cholesterol drug, because we don't know, we cannot control the condition. It's only can control by themselves. And this piece of information is to encourage people, what I showed just now, the matrix diet, the Leon diets, to show people that by diet alone, you can reduce the dosage of anti-cholesterol drugs and reverse the condition of metabolic disorder. So your question, I can, my advice is not to advise, but you can encourage a patient the Leon diet, if they want to reverse the condition. Yeah. And simvastatin 20 mg. Yeah, simvastatins, it's been proven long-term taking it will cause brain fog, and also myalgia, the muscle dysfunction or muscle discomfort and reduce in the muscle to produce coenzyme Q10. So this has been proven, and a lot of studies have been showing this. So if they can change their diet, change their lifestyles, then of course the study have shows the dosage of the anti-cholesterol drug has been reduced. This is what I say. So I'm not a doctor to reduce to advise them not to take, because I do not know their condition. They know their condition the best, and they need to responsible for their health. You see. So same time he's taking incha oil. So now my question here is for those metabolic disorder patient, especially coronary heart disease patient, you need to choose a good fat in your diet and chose a plant-based diet, because what today I shared here, the plant-based diet, the evidence have been showing that it reduces the mortality rate or reverse the condition of especially the Leon diet, not plant-based only. The Leon diet also go for fish, go for meat. The Leon diet, Mediterranean diet, focus on rich in alpha-linolenic acid, have been proven to reduce the mortality rate of coronary heart disease by 50 to 70%. I'm not saying reversing the parameters. So you need to strictly follow the diet here. So choosing a right fat is the first step. Now it's good. They are using sacha inchi oil, yeah, very good, polyunsaturated fat. And now their diet, how they take their diet. Are they still continue to take refined carbohydrate, bad fats, fast food still taking? Then we can't control. Yeah, we can't control and we can't guarantee. You see? So I am okay. Diana, you are asking me in Chowell. Is it correct? In Chowell once a week enough? I don't understand the question, Diana. So then the
I also have, there's another question. She also asked that, can I take Aqua X daily?
Okay. Who is asking the question?
Diana. I think she's
Oh,
private. Yeah, she's private. So the first one she asked, can take Aqua X daily, and the second one she asked is Inchawell. Is it once a week is enough? Like 1 packet for a week, is it enough? Yeah.
Incha, it's very high in anti-inflammatory properties, like having the uh, uh, the what is called 黄姜 okay, and then the other one will be Aqua X, right? So Aqua X, Inchawell and Aqua X are the turmeric, sorry, it doesn't come. The turmeric powders, beta carotenes, very high in beta carotene, turmeric ingredients inside. It's very high inflammatory properties, and for you to take daily also is good, especially at this pandemic, COVID-19's COVID-19's periods, you see. And then another thing will be Aqua X. I will get back to you for Aqua X, because it's meant for I'm not so sure. I will get back to you for Aqua X, whether to take it daily or not.
Sure. So anyone, if you have questions, yeah, there's one. Caleb, yeah. How should we interpret the HDL and LDL level?
Okay, there is a normal levels at the site, right? So if you have your HDL and LDL levels in the blood report, they will highlight in red if you are exceeding the normal levels at the site. So we encourage you to see to compare to the normal levels. Yeah. So if you have this LDL more or HDL more, it doesn't mean that you are prone to stroke or prone to this heart disease. Yeah, as I shared earlier, cholesterol is not, LDL cholesterol is not the only factor that contribute to atherosclerosis. The insulin and also the hyperpressure is the most important thing, and inflammation oxidation of the lipid, the LDL cholesterol is the most important thing. So oxidative stress, inflammation is the one of the important factors contributing to arteriosclerosis and also coronary heart disease. So HDL, here I will also assume that you want me to explain what is HDL, right? HDL is to help you to metabolize the LDL in the body. That means your LDL, when it's both of them also a Korean man, kind of lah. Yeah, I just making example. A Korean man, when you have high fat food or high sugars in your body, the sugars will turn to triglyceride, and triglyceride or high fats lipids in your body, LDL will come out to help you to carry the fats to be absorbed into cell. So they are doing their job. LDL is just doing the job by collecting the fats and then to be absorbed by your cell. So then once they did their job, HDL is supposed to come out and pick up the LDL to go back to your liver and to oxidize. So the more HDL, the better. So here, my presentation today is regardless how high or how low your LDL, doesn't matter. More important thing here is you need to see the triglyceride, your insulin, your HbA1c, whether it's exceed the normal. Yeah, exceed the normal and threatening you. Because this is the parameter that we are measuring the risk of getting coronary heart disease, not only cholesterol. And cholesterol not important, not saying not important, it's just one of the factor. And with this one factor, it really can contribute to arteriosclerosis. You need inflammation, you need hyperpressure, you need insulin, this high blood sugars and oxidation happen, then only the calcification or arteriosclerosis can happen. Yeah, I hope I answers your question. In your blood report, it will show you the normal ratio of HDL, the total cholesterol level, the HDL, the LDL. Yeah, HDL is supposed not more than 40. Yeah, LDL is not more than, yeah, it's a range. Yeah, it will be the range there. And then triglyceride is the most important thing you should look at. That is the blood lipid, because there is studies also show that the higher the triglyceride, the lower your HDL. Yeah, so your liver is functioned in a way that when you eat a lot of dietary fats or eat outside food, processed food, high fat foods outside, then your body tends to increase the triglyceride, right? Your blood lipids, your blood lipids will shoot up. And then the process of HDL will definitely low, because your liver need to produce LDL to go and keep the triglyceride in your body. So that is the theory here. You see? So that is why if you control your dietary blood lipids, your triglyceride, you will tend to increase your HDL. So if you eat a good fat and exercise, your HDL will also increase. HDL increase is better because it helps you to collect back your LDL. Yeah, your LDL. So, but as I say here, both is only is only doing their job. Yeah, so the most important thing is to see your insulin level, your blood glucose level, your triglyceride level. Yeah, see whether you are controlling your diet or not. Does sacha inchi oil contain saporin? No. What I understand? No.
Priscilla. Yeah, Priscilla.
Priscilla.
Okay, so the next one is back home.
I got eczema first week. I take only 1 pack. Then right left arms and neck itchy for 4 days. I gone off and then come back again, a little bit itchy, only skin illness. Say no cure, but I know incha oil can cause my skin and health is getting better and better. Just started at 21. I got Bell's palsy on 31st. They say some people need 3 to 6 months to recover, but I take only 8 days. But I also take Cellpro. I go back, check up. Doctor say what you eat, why you recover 90%. Then I say I take incha oil. If oh, congratulations. Yeah, which is very good. If you can recover from your Bell's palsy, which is very good, you see. Congratulations. I'm say to thanks to my friends, they got others mainly have problem, but I hope I type here slow. I think over 16 years, 50 kg only. I can save me. So Pig Hong actually is saying that after taking, he has Pig Hong has this eczema and also Bell palsy. Yeah, Bell palsy. And after taking incha oil and Cellpro, it improved tremendously. So doctors also amazed by the improvements. And I would say if food can help you, continue to take the food, which is good. I would say very good. Congratulations. Yeah, you have chosen the right food. Please continue taking it.
Hello. Hello. 听到吗 ？Hello. 听到吗？
Yes. Yes.
叫面瘫啊，边帘。
Huh?
面瘫。
哦，面瘫啊？
你知道吗？那个
stroke，after stroke 的是啊，它是不是 after stroke？
它不是 stroke， 它是面瘫，叫 Bell Paris 啊，我不懂怎么念的英文。它是一边脸哦，整个一边脸，眼睛不可以眨，嘴巴歪一边。哦。你喝水全部会流，你喝太快会流去另外一边。
哦。它这个是不是 degenerative 的，就是说神经系统。
我为什么会得这个 ？OK， 你们大家要注意，每个人，那医生讲每个人都会中的，为什么？因为那时候我搬家了，然后卖屋子，然后很压力啊，全部一起来，然后他说你是因为压力，连造成病菌感染，然后就免疫力下降，然后就得了这个问题呀。因为我就是奇怪，因为因为医生讲你不可能这么快好了，因为他说通常是大概3到6个月人家还会好，他就吓到我就来看他，因为去干嘛？你吃什么东西咯？为什么你这么快好？因为我说我朋友介绍我这个oil呀，他说这样很好啊，你继续吃啊，你下个月98%呢，我现在眼睛可以眨了，开心。还有其他很多问题啊。
就是说是细菌感染的问题。
细菌感染对免疫力下降，然后造成细菌感染。
这样其实谢谢你给我这个知识。你看啊，刚才我有 share 的说那个blood lipidation 啊，如果你的 cell membrane 如果你给它，就是说你的这个细胞膜，你给它好的 材料、好的油脂的话呢，它 form 起来的那个墙啊，细胞膜，我们的细胞的城墙呢会比较好。然后呢，对付它是更好的，可以帮我们shun away，就是说可以避免我们去接触这些细菌感染和这个细菌发炎的地方啦。因为我们有发炎呢，细菌容易进来，所以之前我说的这个saturated polyunsaturated fat 和这个 short fatty acid actually improve the permeability of the membranes and also the flexibility of the membranes and improve the cell wall， 真的是很好的。然后还有这个 lipidation 那个 studies， 刚才我们之前不是说了，就是说 lipidation actually will help to improve our antiviral effects 嘛，那个 membranes 的 antiviral effects。你的 case actually proven 了咯，如果是细菌感染的那个层次哈，在你的皮肤膜那边哈，它是如果摄取好的油脂，就是可以帮忙你去掉这些疾病哦。
自己也是吓到嘞，才生8天哎，我就吓到，为什么我去照眼睛，为什么眼睛可以眨了？对，我嘴巴也没有这么歪，真的98%啊，开心。而且我自己本身还有很多病哎，
很好很好。
这个油我自己本身有10多年的胃胀风，10多年吃了50千的，哇，50千的保啊，对，因为我每个月要花200多300块啊的保健品，我吃了16年呢，没有一个产品可以帮到我，因为之前那个营养老师有讲说，好像那种一粒的tablet 或者是 capsule 的东西，我们的那个肠道吸收不好，你的肠道不懂啦，不会讲。他说你的肠道如果吸收不好的话你吃什么一粒的它是不会吸收的。他说油就不同嘛，所以我就试试看嘛，因为我没有喝过油。所以我喝了奇怪，我从来没有7点半起床大便的。然后我以前我是每次大1条现在我是大很多嘞，它的分量很多。然后就是打嗝也会少一点，然后还有我的那个 weight 本来是52公斤，10多年来没有49公斤的。你看我还喝不到1个月，然后我的肚腩也小掉嘞，很开心哎。
我可以问一下你一天大概吃多少包？
第1个星期我吃1包，第2个星期我有加1包啦。then self pro is 1包而已
很好哎，真的很好。
对，很好很好。最主要可以治疗到你的这个疾病啊，
对不然16年了，我一直在找这个产品没有人来找我。16年了，50千不小数目嘞。50千我可以买银翘威好多嘞。
谢谢你的分享。
那些人。
谢谢你的分享，
我会去分享给朋友开心
多分享，因为这个 case 虽然少不过是因为是 immunity 的问题有时候是 over stress 我之前也 share 过嘛，新加坡它是一个很 highly productive 的这个国家，所以因为你们的这个 population 都是在42，都是很会 produce 都是很压力的，全部都是要做到最好的所以压力一定会有的。所以压力如果我们的身体不能承受的话，有时候会出现很多的我们自己都不能解决的问题。所以很好的是说你自己会锲而不舍的去寻找对你身体，你不会去放弃你的身体就是很好，是在这边真的
一直在吃，一直吃。
对，
我什么保健品都有，MV New Skin。
不过我自己本身有就是因为我曾经也是在药行有做过嘛，对吗？所以我卖过 medication 就是药，所以很多的药都用这个 capsule 来 capsulate 它，所以这个 capsule 都是不是来自 bovine 就是来自 porcine， 所以就是说不是牛皮就是 不是牛皮就是猪皮嘛，不是猪皮就是不是猪油就是牛油啦，就是讲啦，他们的 capsule 就是 made from there. Of course, latest 现在越来越有这很多的 veggie cap， 不过这个 veggie cap 来自哪里我们也不知道，所以你要摄取的是那个 capsule 里面的 ingredients. So it's better now it's not that supplements is not good. I'm not saying supplement is not good. It's better to take from whole food. 然后因加果是一个很自然的食物来的，所以我们讲是食物，它不是一个，就是说它是你的其中一个叫做6大营养素里面的其中一个重要的营养素叫做 polyunsaturated fat 不饱和脂肪酸，所以是很重要的一个食品来的。所以可能你之前就说你的10年前你的食品你的所吃的食物里面都很少有这个polyunsaturated fat 好的不饱和脂肪酸，所以一吃到了过后，你的身体的那些状况就可以迎刃而解了，一就好转起来。所以恭喜你，恭喜你
Congratulations， 对 ，Thanks for the sharing， 谢谢你，白红。
其实不是到50千呢，我还有去看中医、针灸，还有看西医，什么药都吃是不会好，哇，很辛苦。我说，哎呀，我就求一求上帝，希望有一个药，有一个食品可以给我，哎呀，治一治我的病哎呦，好可怜，辛苦
终于上帝回答你了，谢谢你，谢谢你，
终于找到余威了，
终于找到余威了。
还有大家还有问题吗 ？Anyone still have any question? If you have any question, maybe we can take one more questions. Or if you have questions, maybe you can raise your hand as well. So before, maybe we can wait for one question. Then before that, maybe we can take a photo now. So guys can just switch on your camera. Then I'll snap the photo. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hello. Yeah, you guys can on your camera so that we can take a photo together. So I think some of you guys ready, right? Hi. So maybe I'll see how many. Okay. So I said 3, 2, 1, then we now a snap. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'll take another one, yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Yeah, I got a lot of smiles on the photo. Wow, that's good.
谢谢大家，谢谢大家。Thank you all for attending my webinar, and I'm glad that you're sharing and also some of the questions here. I hope I understand answer your question. Some of you I do not. I think I have 2 questions didn't answer, but I will get back to you after that. Yeah, after this
Yeah,
session.
I can help you
Thank
to
you
pass
very
the
much.
message to them. Yeah, anytime I can pass it to them also.
Yeah.
So
Thanks all. Having a great day. Hope you all pass the circuit breaker healthily and have a very good optimum health. Yeah, maintain, increase your immunity always.
yeah, thanks Miss Heidi. Thank you for your share. I think every one of us learn a lot, and then we have a better picture in how nutrition maximize our health, happiness, and our well-being. So really thanks for this sharing, and I believe that there will be next session coming soon also. So we'll wait for that.
Thank you, Vivian.
Thank you everyone.
Thanks for facilitating this webinar. Great to see all the. Hey, hi, Carol. So like to see you all. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye. Thanks. Bye bye. Okay, I'll mute you.
Hello.
Hello.
谢谢小姐。
Hello，静儿姐，Hello。
我是放那个沙粉，
哎，这是哪里来做的？就是那个那时候你的标题说不喜欢的话，你就有事情要做，我地方都做呀，
有的我来做做愛嘅會，做愛會啦。
好啦，大家，so everyone can waiting to see. So,
有讲嘛，有那时有。哎，怎样？关起来。